प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विश्वपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोतरशत श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज गोपाल ठाकुर की जय। श्रीमद् भागवत गीता की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि 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 बोल। Hare Krishna. So today's topic of discussion is food and its effect on our consciousness, and how food is connected to the consciousness of our body. So we'll discuss these three things and we'll see what is the solution for that. So first we'll see poison on our plate. But whatever we are eating today, everything is poison. Everything. And many a times people are amazed and they are shocked actually and they ask questions that I didn't had any bad habit in my whole life. Why I'm suffering from cancer? I didn't do anything, but I have this problem, that problem, so many problems. Today's lifestyle is such that just by living here, so many man-made diseases are there that everybody is suffering by that. Why? Because our eating, and eating is not only done through one sense, that is the tongue. Eating is done through the five senses. What we are taking through our eyes, that is also the eating of eyes. The eyes eat like that. the information which the eyes is taking inside, the ears, the information which it is putting inside, our nose, our tongue, and our touch. There's five sense perceptions are there by which we intake from this outside world. Correct? We intake it. And that makes up our mind, physical body, mental and physical. These two things are made up by these things. So there is one very nice video that we'll see.
We are what we eat. But how many of us know what we are actually eating? How many of us know what food does to the environment before it comes to your plate? How many of you know what food does to the farmer who is producing that food? Do you know? Have you ever thought? How many of you think before eating food about the farmer who has produced it?
Increase the speed.
Or the fate of the farmer who has of the questions which grappled me when I was studying my agriculture. After doing my PhD in agriculture, I had a choice. Like every young boy in 90s, I was also very crazy about getting into Indian civil services. Just reading the Indian economy, I really understood about the Indian economy, reading for an exam. And finally, by the time I got into the services, I was selected for Indian Revenue Service. But I also had a choice of joining as an agricultural research scientist. It was a tough choice. I made my choice to join as an agricultural research scientist. Thought I should continue with working with farmers. But the decision didn't last long.
It has become more fun.
I'll come to that.
It's okay.
Before I come to that, let's understand what is our food, what we are eating, how safe is our food. All of you saw this news sometime back. Pesticide residues in soft drinks and bottled water, but forgot the next day. Have you ever thought, how did pesticide residues come into this bottled water or soft drinks? If bottled water and soft drinks had pesticide residues, the water you use to make your tea and coffee also must be having, but we never worried about it. The news is short. The next day we forgot about it. At least this must be in your memory. Noodles having heavy metals. How many of you thought, how did these heavy metals reach the noodles? If lead has to be added to the noodles, probably lead is more costly than the noodles. So nobody will add it, but it came. How did it come? If the ingredients used to make noodles had the lead, but the atta which you are making to use your chapati, atta which is used to make your chapati also must be having. Or the samosa which you are eating also must be having, right?
Is it okay? Let's stay or I should repeat it? Huh?
We don't connect the dots. Same is the story when you hear a story about pesticide residues in vegetables. You all got horrified. You all get horrified, but forget it in the evening. We all think food, if you buy in a good place, if you eat it in a good hotel, it's safe. Food is only as safe as it is grown. End of pipe solutions doesn't work. The pesticides which are used in agriculture, less than 1% actually kills the insects. 99% gets into the water, gets into the air, and comes back into your food. We look at it very casually. Everything which is happening around us, we look at it very casually. I'll take an example. While I was taking the lunch, I saw people painting there. What is that? Spray paint. Where does it go? Part of it goes onto the board, part of it is into the air. You're all eating there. It comes there. We are all educated. We feel we can make connections we never made. And we expect that farmer will make those connections and produce safe food for all of us. I think that's where there is the disconnect between what we observe, what we know, and how we act is the serious problem. It's not only about the pesticides. Do you know the eggs you buy in the market? What is the kind of eggs you buy? They are haploid eggs. Haploid means they are produced without male and female mating together. That's the reason why if you hatch the eggs, they won't make chicken. But how they are produced? They are produced using estrogens. And what happens to those estrogens? When you eat those eggs, they'll come back to you. That's one reason today the puberty in girl child has advanced. The gynec problems in women has increased. The breast development in men has increased. Do you know last year's India Today's survey shows that the largest number of plastic surgeries done in India are to remove breast in men. We got into that kind of situation where food, which is supposed to be healthy, is creating all these problems. It's not just the pesticides or antibiotics or growth hormones which are used in production, but also how they are processed. You might have heard the story last 1 week, 10 days, which was doing rounds in all the media, artificially ripened fruits. But why fruits are ripened artificially? If all of you want to eat fruits in off season, how do they do it? How do they do it? If you want mangoes in May, how do you get mangoes? You have to cut unripened ones, ripen it artificially, and sell it to you. The carbide ripening, the bananas which are seen uniformly yellow, what are they? They're all carbon ripened. The apples, the shiny apples which you see, what are they? When were they produced? Where were they produced? Do you know? California apples. You get apples from California. Can you keep it fresh? They're coated with wax. Go back to home, take out the apples in your fridge, just scrape it. You'll see the wax. We are eating all that. The watermelons which are red in color today, they're injected with injections. Color, they're injected with growth hormones. The milk which is sold, you might have seen in the news for the last several years, there are reports which says the milk is contaminated with synthetic milk. If you want to have milk at 40 rupees a liter, that's what you get. We want food cheaper. And there is a competition between the companies. They pay low to the farmers. They also contaminate and then get away with that. All brands of milk sold in Hyderabad were found to have contaminated with the synthetic milk. GM foods. How many of you know about this? How many of you heard about this? BT brinjal. To tell you simply what BT brinjal is, when pesticide is sprayed from outside, it damages the environment. Like I said, only 99% goes into the environment, only 1% kills the insect. So a scientist thought, why not we produce insecticide in the plant itself? So plant produces insecticide. So whichever insect eats it will die. But what happens to us who eats that? So there were several biosafety questions in front of us, which were never addressed. What you see here, the yellow, white, is a golden rice, which is going to come soon. You know why it was done? They say vitamin A deficiency is a serious problem. So we'll produce vitamin A in the plant. So if you eat that rice, you can have as much as vitamin A as possible. But do you know, vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin. So it's not just enough to have vitamin A, but you also need to have enough fat. But if you have that enough fat in your food, you don't need golden rice. In 2005, we came across a farmer in Guntur who was cultivating BT bendi. We were shocked. He said, how did you get it? He said, company gave me the seeds. We went to the company. They said, we are doing a trial. We went to the government. Government said, yeah, they are testing. He said, you are not permitted. It was taken off in 2005. 2013. Similarly, we came across a cotton, herbicide-tolerant cotton, which is grown. No permissions. In 2009, when BT brinjal was permitted, there was a public discussion. That was the only time there was a public discussion to introduce whether we need a food or not, and it was banned. Sometimes some wise politicians take better decisions. But otherwise, we would not, by this time, would have been flooded with the GM foods. Today, there is a case pending in the Supreme Court. There is an expert committee appointed by Supreme Court, which said, we don't need this for next 10 years, let's wait. There is a parliamentary standing committee which was appointed. It also said, we don't need. But don't know how they're going to come into your plate. Food is not only gives you energy, it is also good for your health. It can treat many of the diseases. Food is a medicine. It can act as a preventive medicine. It can also act as curative medicine. I know many people who are working on treating autism with good food. Many of the problems which you are seeing, obesity, diabetes, blood pressure, all are because of the food which you eat. You need to make a right choice about your food. Second, what food does to the environment? Let's look at the ecological footprints. How many of you seen rice fields? Almost all, right? What comes to the mind when we think of rice fields? Full of water. How much water it takes to produce an acre of rice? 6 million liters. 6 million liters per acre of rice, which is equivalent to 100 families' annual consumption. One family of 5 members eats about a kg of rice a day, which is equivalent to a tanker of water. 180 showers. If all of us want to eat rice, more and more water you need in production of rice. We were making a calculation how much one meal of rice in Hyderabad costs an environment. It's probably as big as a Polavaram dam. We need to worry about the ecological footprints. It's not just about water, about the pesticides, about the growth hormones, everything. What agriculture leaves before it comes to your plate. Not just that. What it does to the farmers. The more and more pesticides you spray, insects get resistance, they don't work. First time you spray, second time you spray, third time you spray, fifth time you drink. That's what we are seeing all along, farmer suicides. The fallouts of such things is an increasing cost of cultivation, but the prices are not increasing. You know, 1 kg of rice to produce, it costs 2,100 rupees as per the government calculation. But today the price is only 1,400 for farmers. Today, a ton of sugar cane is 2,000 rupees. A ton of firewood is 4,000 rupees. How farmers can live? The policies are also lopsided. Today, average income of 83% of the farmers in this country is only 5,000 rupees. Only 5,000 rupees. So farmers have lost their economic independence. Not just economic independence, physical independence as well. These were the photographs which we have taken, farmers standing in queue for fertilizers, standing in queue for seeds which they can produce, fertilizer which they can make by composting, but they are not subsidized. If you buy from the market, they are subsidized. Lopsided policies from the government. All these have led to farmer suicides. In the last 20 years, 3 lakh farmers have committed suicide. Every day about 48. What is the point in just discussing about the dark side of the picture? How much and what we can do to change the situations? Some of us who are working in agriculture, various institutions came together, and then we started an organization called Center for Sustainable Agriculture in 2004. We started working with farmers, telling them how they can move away from the high external input based agriculture to low external input based agriculture. It was not easy, but what we found is across the country there are wonderful experiences, but all those experiences are caught in ideological frameworks. They don't talk to each other. All the practice became completely pesticide free. The village which was spending
they did good work in that field. So, what are the points you got from this video? Can you tell? Few points. Eco is coming. Eco is coming. Lot. Reduce the volume. Some points. What do you notice here? Food is poison.
Trying to find better solutions, but since we are I think the data that is properly results.
There's BT brinjal. They're going to put pesticide outside. That will kill the insects. And now they were planning that put inside only insecticide, pesticide. Then the animal will eat and it will die. But when you will eat, what will happen? So these scientists, actually, they are very childish. They can't even think that, okay, I'm making something, it is good, it seems to be good now, but after 2 months, this will have a very dangerous impact on the environment, on the people's health. They can't even see that and see what has happened because of that.
वेलकम बैक। रिपीटेड लाई है, सब किसान
साइड
यूज कर
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। हमारी सेहत
पेस्टिसाइड का देश का 15 से 18% है।
क्या सामने आया?
पेस्टिसाइड्स का लोगों की सेहत पे क्या असर होता है, ये जानने के लिए हमारी टीम ने पंजाब को चुना, क्योंकि पंजाब का एरिया भारत का 2% मात्र है, लेकिन यहाँ देश में इस्तेमाल होने वाले पेस्टिसाइड्स का हिस्सा देश का 15 से 18% है। आखिर इतनी भारी मात्रा में ये जहरीले पेस्टिसाइड्स क्यों छिड़के जा रहे हैं? इसका जवाब दिया खुद एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट्स के विक्रेता सुरेंद्र महेश्वरी जी ने।
पॉइजन है जी, पॉइजन, बहुत तगड़ा पॉइजन है। मोनोक्रोटोफास है ये। अभी यूनिवर्सिटी ने लिखा है सब्जियों के ऊपर ना यूज करो, हमने विजिटिंग कार्ड के ऊपर लिखा हुआ है यूज मत करो, इससे कैंसर होता है, लेकिन फिर भी अवेयरनेस की कमी कह लो, कुछ भी कह लो, सभी लोग डाल रहे हैं। जैसे 40 ग्राम पड़नी चाहिए, कंपनी वाले पहले तो गलती करते हैं, 60-70 ग्राम कर देते हैं, हम उसको 100 ग्राम कर देते हैं, फिर वो कहता है यार 100 ग्राम क्या करेगी, वो उसको 150 ग्राम कर देता है, फिर उसका जो सर्वेंट उसको 200 ग्राम कर देता है, यानी 40 ग्राम वाली 200 ग्राम पड़ रही है, तो इतनी ओवरडोज पड़ती है। कंपनियों ने हमारी ऐसे दौड़ लगा रखी है, सुरेंद्र जी आपके 80 लीटर हो गए, आप 20 लीटर और बेच दो तो आपको माइक्रोवेव मिलने वाला है, आप 1000 लीटर कर दो, 200 लीटर और कर दो तो आपको रशिया का टूर मिलने वाला है। ये अपने पैर पे आपको लाड़ी मारने वाली बात है। गेहूं तो हमारे बच्चे भी वही खा रहे हैं ना, जिस पे हमने वो स्प्रे करवाया।
गुरप्रीत एक समाज सेवक है। अपने आसपास के गांव में लोगों की लगातार गिरती सेहत देख गुरप्रीत ने एक सर्वे किया।
पूरी फूड चेन में पेस्टिसाइड घुस चुके हैं। सुबह जहर छिड़का जाता है, शाम को सब्जी आपके बर्तन में होती है बनने के लिए। ये जो सिनेरियो है ये पूरे पंजाब का है।
पंजाब के हजारों गांव में यही हाल है। लोगों की सेहत लगातार गिर रही है।
पहले तो कोई घर लेवल आदमी को सुनते थे कैंसर है, अभी तो हर एक दुनिया से कैंसर के मरीज है जी।
हालात इतने खराब हैं कि राजस्थान के बीकानेर जिले के एक चैरिटेबल कैंसर अस्पताल जाने के लिए पंजाब से एक ट्रेन चलती है। भटिंडा से बीकानेर जाने वाली इस ट्रेन को कैंसर ट्रेन कहा जाता है।
ये कैंसर ट्रेन कितने बजे आएगी?
9-10 तक आएगी।
पूरी गाड़ी में कैंसर के मरीज होते हैं, मतलब कि जब हम जेरोटेशन कराते हैं तो उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा सीरियस मरीज होते हैं, वो भी कैंसर के होते हैं। कोई उसमें मतलब कि जॉब वाला आदमी नहीं होता, कोई NRI नहीं होता, कोई मतलब कि नौकरी पेशे से नहीं होता।
मेरी छाती में गांठें हो गई, फिर पूरे शरीर में गांठें ही गांठें हो गई। ससुराल वालों ने मुझे मेरी माँ के पास छोड़ दिया। मेरी माँ बहुत तकलीफ से मेरा इलाज करा रही हैं।
Greed and money. So why they want that BP brinjal? Why everybody is putting pesticides, insecticides, and they're putting in mango carbon to make it ripen it, and why they are using such things? Why they need more production? This is the desire of the people. If the consumer will not desire, why such things will happen? The consumer wants to eat mango in December. So market is open for that. And the businessmen, they are sitting up. They want to make money. So they'll immediately see, okay, this is the process. By this process, we can feed them mangoes in December also. So let it give it to them. Let's give it to them. So it is not that they are giving us why they are doing it. And they're doing so pathetic things. Many things we are eating now, especially the processed foods and all. We will see the chemicals which they use in such things is fully detrimental for our body and is made from animals' fat, animals' extracts, such things. So unknowingly, we are eating meat by using such junk foods and processed foods. Why this is there? Because it is in demand. People are demanding. That's why these things are there. So these things, actually packaged foods and these packed foods, it came into picture when after the Second World War. Because at the time of war, people have to sit in one place and they are fighting. Now they can't cook and do all those things. So they have packed many foods. So when they get time, just they eat it and they're continuously fighting. And after the Second World War, a lot of chemicals was left. A lot of chemicals, which was being used to make bombs and all. So all those chemicals were left. Now what they will do with the chemicals? After the war finished, and so much chemical is left. What to do? So the people there, they invented, okay, if this is processed and spread around in the field, then the production increases. They did that. And Green Revolution came in India. Actually, it is not Green Revolution. It was deadly. The whole land has become barren now. They spread pesticides, insecticides at that time. But after that, the land now, it can't produce anything. It can't produce. So instead of that, we have got Vedic way of production, Vedic way of taking out the food. Now this food is the basic source for our living. Now what scriptures are saying about this food that we see? There are three parts of the food. The first part of the food goes into the gross body part. The gross body which we see, our fat, our flesh. The second part is that goes into more inner body parts. And the third part is the consciousness. The consciousness. So that we'll see. So see what Shastras are saying about the food. Actually, how the food should be, how we should take it. Ahara suddho sattva suddhi, sattva suddho dhruva smriti, smriti lambe sarva granthi naam vipramoksha. Ahara suddho. If you are taking shuddha, means the food in sattva, shuddha sattva. Sattva suddhi, sattva suddho dhruva smriti. What happens? The smriti, the memory power increases. Smriti lambe sarva granthinam vipramoksha. And when the memory power increases, the tissues of the brain that become sharper, then he thinks towards liberation. This is the activity of the food. When somebody is eating food, then ultimately what should be the goal? The goal, the result which should come is he should move towards liberation. This is being told in Shastra. There is a yajna. Food is a yajna. Yajna sishta shina shanto muchyante sarva kilvishay bhunjate te tvagham papa ye pachante atma karana. Now this is told in Bhagavad Gita 3rd chapter 13th verse. This is a very important verse. It tells whatever we are taking in our life, we should offer it to Lord. We should offer it to Krishna. Yajna shishta shina shanto. But if somebody is not offering, then what it is just sin. He is eating sin. Now we are eating vegetarian food. We are cooking it nicely in home and we are eating vegetarian food. But Bhagavad Gita says that is also sin. That is also sin. Why? Because you have not offered this in the sacrifice. You didn't offer it to the person whom it belongs to. You are using it for your own enjoyment, and thus it becomes sin. Bhunjate te tvagham papa ye pachantya atma karanat. The one who is enjoying that for his own purpose, for his own senses, then it is just sin, papa. Then Krishna explains in the next verse, Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaha. Yagyad bhavati parjanyo yagyah karma samudbhavaha. That all the living entities, they subsist on food grains. And the food grains comes from yagya, and yajna is in karma. And where from karma is there? There is a whole cycle. People say no, that karma karo, phal ki chinta mat karo. We have to do our duty. So here duty is explained. Karma brahmodhavam vidhi. From that Brahma, that karma comes. The prescribed duty. That is, the duty is described in the scriptures. That is karma. Brahma akshara samudbhavam. Tasmat sarvagatam Brahma nityam yajna pratishtatam. And that Brahma, that Lord, is in yajna. And Anna, that is also coming from yajna. So this whole cycle, it completes the cycle. And everybody is subsisting on Anna, food grains. We cannot stay without food grains. We think laptop is there, so many inventions we have done. We will eat mobile, nut, bolts, cars, the productions which we are making from factories. Can we eat that? That is not possible. But we subsist on food grains. We need Anna. Then, and many such instructions are there in Bhagavad Gita that one should eat less, not too much. And there are eating habits like Ayurveda. Ayurveda fully describes that how we should eat, how much we should eat, what we should eat. That is there in Bhagavad Gita also. In Bhagavad Gita it is told, Yukta hara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasya yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. That a person, he who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. That he should not eat more, he should not eat less. Actually, according to Ayurveda, we should eat half belly. And the whole, this is given. Why? Because this helps to control the mind and to follow the process of yoga. Then it is told, Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam koyam. That a person, if he is giving me leaf, flower, fruits, or grains and water, with love. Lord doesn't need very nice foodie fried in ghee, very nice food stuff made in ghee. He doesn't need that. There are crores of Lakshmis cooking there for Krishna. He needs what? He needs our love. Whether we are making these things for him with love or not, then he accepts it. Krishna says, I accept it. Here in the purport, if you read, Prabhupada explains, and in this shloka, and in Manu Samhita, it is explained that Krishna, he will not accept meat. See, he is clearly saying, I need these things. I don't take meat. I don't need meat. So, these things when offered with love, then Krishna accepts that. It becomes prasad. It becomes sanctified food. And when we eat that, ourselves, our body also gets nourished. Mentally, we become peaceful. And spiritually, our consciousness also becomes spiritually elevated. This is prasad. So Krishna is saying, first offer it to me, cooked in a nice consciousness that you are cooking it for whom? Cooking it for me. And then you distribute it and you take it as prasad, as a remnants left from the Lord. Now, so this is the process being described in Shastra, that how we should eat food. What will happen by eating like this? Materially, spiritually, mentally, in all the ways, we will be satisfied. All the ways. But we saw the video before this. So, even the gross part of the body is not being built by that. Today's food, GM food, processed food, junk food, all these foods which are available in the market, and insecticides, pesticides they are spreading. Even not the gross part of the body is being built up. Leave about spiritual and mental. And when the gross body is not built up, the gross body itself is getting degraded. They're going to hospital, so many diseases are there. And when we explain, understand Bhagavad Gita, come and understand the spiritual part. Is it possible for them? It's not possible. We see in ourselves only. We are so young. We are so young, but so many diseases we are suffering at this age, at the age of 20, 25, 30. Is it not? This is the time for like youth age. So much energy should be there. But so much suffering, so many diseases are there. Why? Because of the inventions made by scientists. And the food is divided into three parts. The first part is sattvic food, rasic food, and tamasic food. If we take the sattvic food, then what happens? The sattvic quality increases in the body. When we take rajasic food, then rajasic quality increases in the body. And we take tamasic food, then the tamasic quality increases in the body. If a person is taking tamasic food again and again, regularly, and if he feels that I'll understand Bhagavad Gita, Shastras, it is not possible. Because of that tamasic food, he will destroy his mental strength to understand these things, spiritual matters. His consciousness will become very tamasic. And then it becomes very difficult to understand such things. So this is being told in 17.8, 17.9, and 17.10. That what happens with the tamasic food, you see, food prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten, food that is tasteless, decomposed, putrefied. What is this? All those fermented things, drinks, wine, and food consisting of remnants and untouchable things is dear to those who are in mode of darkness, ignorance. Person who eats tamasic food, their passion increases. What is that tamasic food? Bitter, sour, salty, hot, pungent, dry, burning. No, that they like very much. They go to Thela outside in the road, and they're cooking very nice hot things, and then they'll take and so nice. Today I liked it so much. How they check the tawa, many times. Tawa is there on the thing like this. Yeah, it has become hot now, so you can cook. Many times they cook like that. And outside people who they are cooking in hotels and all everywhere, you see, they are passing stool, they are passing urine, they'll not wash even their private parts, and they'll not even take bath after that. And they'll directly come and cook like that. It is so unhealthy, unhygienic to eat in that way. But nobody cares nowadays. Everybody's care is we have to earn money. So just eat in car, run here and there, take some junk food, eat it, put something in the body. The body should run. That's it. This is the agenda. So passion increases by eating these foods. And what happens after that? What I have to get, what I'll get in life, this tendency, that increases. But with sattvic food, what happens? That is strength, health, happiness, satisfaction, all these things comes. The person is peaceful in his life. If he talks something, he will sit nicely here and try to contemplate, and then he'll like to discuss it, So that kind of mentality comes. So the food has got division. Last lecture, we discussed about 3 modes of material nature. Everything in the world is divided into these 3 modes. Even our clothes, like you see, for example, women. Women are dressing themselves in a very tight clothes. T-shirt, jeans, and very short clothes, small clothes. Then that increases the lusty desire of the men. Whosoever will see them, they'll get lusty. The desires will come to enjoy. That clothing is like that. This is tamas, ignorance. If they are wearing salwar kameez or little sober, then that also increases, but the degree is less. And if they are wearing nice clothes like sari, they are wearing fully covering their body very nicely, and in a Vedic way it is done, as it is done, then you will see that that doesn't increases the lust desire. Immediately that feeling comes that she's my mother. and you respect her as mother. So the clothes has the effect in our mentality, in our mental thinking, right? Similarly, in everything in this world, it is divided into these three modes. Similarly, food is divided into these three modes. Now, this food, it plays a very vital role in building up our mind, in building up our body. Very vital role, because it is going inside, we are taking it, and it is making our full, means it has a great contribution in our gross and subtle body to build it up. So we saw, I told you that this food, it converts itself into three divisions: the gross part, the middle part, and the subtle part. Now, if nowadays there is lot of you can say lot of hankering for junk food, processed food. Everybody is hankering for that. We'll see one small video that is in Hindi. So, like this, you see, these are the basic things which people are using in day-to-day life. Lays, potato chips. If naturally our grandmothers or mothers, when they make potato chips, you can't just fry it and keep it, and after that it will be like that for 10 days or 15 days. That is not possible, isn't it? They make it and just keep it, and when you fry it, after that you have to eat it. But how they are able to maintain for so many days, years, Lay's packet, it is kept for 1 month, and it is like that only. And the taste is, our mothers cannot give that taste. Where from that taste is coming? So these are all the unnatural chemicals being used in that. So we are very much habituated to such things. We should be very careful when we are taking that. That destroys the completely our consciousness and body. It is fully tamasic. It is completely tamasic. Mode of ignorance it is. This is all. And processed foods, if you see, processed foods. The processed food, the preservatives being used in the foods, like Coca-Cola. It has just preservative, 80 to 90%. It is just carbonated water actually. And that people are drinking, buying it for 30 rupees, 40 rupees for 100 ml. Wasting their money like anything. It is just carbonated water. A cow and a horse also should not drink that. That is Coca-Cola and Pepsi and Thums. But humans, they are thinking that it is our trademark. If you don't drink, what people will say. So this was about what we are taking outside, junk food and processed food. And then there is meat. So in Bhagavatam, you read 1.3.47, the shloka comes. Ahasani cha hasani, ahasani sahasranam apadani chatushpadam falguni tatra mahatam jivo jivasya jivanam. When we talk with meat eaters and when we explain them, when we try to discuss with them, they many a times quote this. Jivo jivasya jivanam. You see, a jiva is a jivan for other jiva. A jiva, a living entity, is a life for another living entity. And how it is described, you see, those who are devoid of hands are subsistence for those who are endowed with hands. Those who are devoid of legs are for four-legged. As such, the weak is the subsistence for the strong, and the general rule is that one living being is the food for another living being. So if one living being is the food for another living being, then if somebody eats meat, then what is the problem? But at the same time, the cycle of food is also described. The lion will not come and eat your rice. He has his food, you have got your own food. So when we read this from Shastra, then I showed you the shloka before, that what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita 9:26, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prachiti. What you have to eat? Patram pushpam phalam toyam. There's four things: leaves, fruits, flowers, grains, and water. These are the things described there, that this is the food for you. So that is also jiva. The plants, they are also living, right? So the plants are living and you are killing them. Will sin not come? Will sin not come? When you are killing plants and eating, you take out carrot and eat. Now carrot is living. Radish you take out and you are eating, you are cutting it and you took it out. Now it will die. So we are killing anyhow. What do you say? Anybody? God gave you permission to eat. No, he didn't give permission to eat. Anywhere. You can't show it. If you take out radish and eat it, then God is saying that it is papa. This is sin. I read that shloka, no? Before. Yagya srishta shinashanto muchyante sarvakil vishaya bhunjate te togam papa ye pachantya atma karanat. If you are eating that, that is sin. That Krishna is saying, you didn't offer it to sacrifice. You didn't sacrifice it. So you're just eating sin. So we are killing. So we'll get that sin. So what is the remedy? So Krishna says, yes, you are eating sin. That's why first offer it to me. And that's why we offer it to Krishna. If there is sin, first you take it. Then we will take the remnants. So when Krishna touches it, then it becomes purified. And second thing, that you will see that in animals, when people they eat animals, animals has a response when you kill animals. That is called fight and flight response. The animal, they cry and the hormones are secreted. Adrenaline, that is called adrenaline, that hormone. So it gets secreted in the body. And when you eat that, that hormone is getting in your body also. The person becomes more aggressive and that fearful nature also increases. Fear and fight, these both things increases by eating that. But in plants, this fight and flight response is none. In plants, they don't respond in that way. Then if you see and analyze it, we will see that the carnivorous people and the humans, if you see the mouth opening capacity, the carnivorous, they can open their mouth large. Humans, they can't open so much. The teeth, if you see, they have long, sharp and curved teeth. And the humans, you'll see, they have short and blunted teeth. Blunted. It's not like you can compare it with lion's teeth, dog's teeth, and our teeth. Huge difference is there, right? If you see the acidity also in those carnivorous animals, those who eat meat like lion, tiger, among them, the acidity pH value is very high, is 1 like that. Very high. It can dissolve that meat immediately. But humans, when they eat meat, what do they have to take after that? Some soda or something they take to digest that meat. the stomach capacity, if you see that carnivores, they have volume is big so that it helps in digestion of the meat. And the length of the small intestine is 3 to 6 times of their body length. 3 to 6 times of their body length. So the intestine also, if you see, if you analyze that, that is also different. Why? Because the intestine is specially made in their body to digest meat. In our body, it is not made. In our body, it is made that just for digesting plants, herbs, fruits, like that. And so such differences we see in animals and us. And we have understood by our philosophy of Bhagavad Gita that we are not the body, we are soul. And the meat means the animals, they are also soul. So if somebody kills and eat, what they are killing? They are killing their brothers and eating. It's the same thing. I am the same soul. He is the same soul. I kill and eat directly. I'm just killing my brother and eating it just for the pleasure of the tongue. Okay. Second thing, when a person is killed, where he is taken to? Where he is taken to? A person is, suppose he's dead. A person is dead. I said killed. A person is dead. Then where he is taken to? Ram Nam Satya hai, then where you take him? Huh? Crematorium, right? And the crematorium, it is very good place or it is impious? Is auspicious or inauspicious? Crematorium. Inauspicious, right? Now the dead body of an animal, where the person puts after eating? Huh? Where he puts? Where he puts? Dead body of the animal? In his stomach. So what his stomach becomes? A moving crematorium. So that person, those people who are eating meat, they are moving crematorium. Wherever they are going, they are making that place inauspicious. Hello? Plus, if you see, this grain is there. This is a research data which I am showing you. 16 kg of grains. So many people can eat. It's written there. Around 60 kg, how much? How many people can eat? Rice? 100 grams, one person will eat. So I think it's not 20, more people will eat. 100 grams, one person if he eats, then 1 kg, 10 people will eat. So 16 kg, 160 people will eat. Chalo, we take 100. Now, suppose someone wants to eat cow meat. That example, in that they did the research. And they saw that from 16 kg of grains, 1 kg of beef will be taken out. And that 1 kg of beef, how many people will eat? 2 people will eat. So the grains which could have been eaten by 150 people, suppose we take 100 people, that we are converting it into such a food stuff that only 2 people can eat. It works for everything, like animals, goat, or all the animals which we are eating. And so much water and everything is going on to just produce that animals to eat. And that farming is going on for animals. So animal eating or meat eating, that is not prescribed in Shastra, not at all. Egg, what is egg? What is egg? It's a child. Abhinav is laughing. Egg is the menstrual waste of hen and cock. The sperm and ovum. Sperm of cock and ovum of hen. And that is mixed. And that is there in that small white ball. And that they boil and eat it. Let's see that. This is eating egg. So people have gone mad. So this world is there, and this world is made in a way And we are here as a living entity to understand the creator who has made this place and to go towards him and ask the real questions of life. And for that, God has described the food that we saw in various shlokas, that what we should eat, how we should eat, and which will make us, help us to come in sattvic mode, and we can move towards Krishna, God. But instead of that, we are, our people, our farmers, and in our demand, because of our demand, we are just after those GM foods, hybrid foods. There is Lauki, what do you say in English? Bottle guard. Bottle guard used to be like this in our villages before. Now you go and see in the market, bottle guard is this much big. How is advancement? And you see various things like that. You know, this much long, pumpkin is this size, brinjal is this size, cauliflower is this size, and we are thinking, oh, see, so much we are getting, but it is reducing you like anything. So we are into that. Why? Because the brain, everything is getting down, and because of that, that intelligence, memory is down. So we are taking anything, and we have demand of anything. And because of our demands, such things are being produced by these companies, processed foods, junk foods, and all these people who are running their villas outside. Why they're running? Because we have demand. So if we understand that humans, we actually have a higher purpose in our life, and to fulfill that purpose, the things required, we should go for that. And what is that? What Krishna is saying is prasad. We should eat prasad, the food which is offered to Lord. We will earn a lot of money. We'll earn a lot of money in future. But if you see, that whole life we just ate sin. Whole life we are eating. And the person who is cooking, the consciousness of the person, that affects a lot. Suppose a person is cooking who is very much angry. He has a lot of temper. His temper is very high all the time. And he cooks the food again and again. And you are eating from his hand. Then what happens to us? What happens to us? Your anger will also increase. Because it's not just the food. In the fire, when a person cooks, the consciousness of the person is also getting transferred into the food. And when someone eats that, the same consciousness is also getting from that. So we are just taking such things, we are destroying our consciousness, and we are eating sin every now and then. And for our whole life, suppose 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, we eat like this, sin, sin, sin. And we pile up the sin, the bag of sin in our life. Even if we earn a lot of money, we have to suffer this after death. Who will suffer? Who will suffer? We will suffer. And when we are going to die? When we are going to die? You don't know? 50, 60, after that? Huh? After 60? No. Why? Everybody is saying that you should study such things after 50, 60. So after 50, 60, we can study. No, isn't it? Death is described in Shastra as the time before which you can leave the body. That is described as death. It is not the old age. The time before which you can just leave the body. That is death. So what is that time? Who knows? Who knows? Anybody here can tell? We don't know. Tomorrow we will be alive or not? We don't know. Lakhs of people are dying in this world every day. And they never thought that today I will die. And just it happened and they're gone. So we should understand this. And in home we are eating food. In hostel we are eating. Hostel, what you can do? Practically, if you see hostel, what we can do? So there is one option you can take here, prasad. This prasad is a karma. It finishes our pious and impious karma, both the credits. It decreases. In home, those who are married people, it is good for them that they can cook without onion and garlic and make the preparation and then make a plate for Lord as we make for ourselves. Make a plate for Lord, keep a plate separately for Krishna and keep it in front of him with tulsi leaves for 5 minutes. And then take it out, mix the rice in rice, dal in dal, everything, put it separately, wash the plate, keep it, and then take that. There is no sin in that. Same thing what Bhagavad Gita is not teaching, you have to leave eating. How you have to eat, that is being taught in Bhagavad Gita. So in that way, the householders, they can practice it. It's very easy. So they will get prasad every day in home. This is the same prasad which is being offered in temple. You're offering it to Krishna and you are taking that. But in hostel, how we can do? Those are students staying in hostel. How is something possible? Fruits. You subsist on fruits. And then you will be like old sages, those who used to eat fruits and live in the forest. Eating fruit is not so easy. Just living on fruits. That is not easy. It looks easy. Somebody is eating, then it seems to be like, oh, it's so nice. He's just eating fruits. I should also eat. You can try it. Not like, you need grains for satisfaction. So what is the option? So here prasadam is being provided. We are cooking for students, student center. So this is a very good option. That those who are not able to cook or something, they can take here. And in such cases that students they can't afford it and they are in hostel living there, they can pray to Lord in their veg mess, or if they're in non-veg mess. If they're in non-veg mess, they can immediately transfer to veg mess. At least this they can do. And if they are in veg mess, then they can switch the torch. Light is there; it will be visible enough. So if somebody is in veg mess, they can pray that I am taking this. I know this is sin, and please forgive me for taking this. And I want to make. I pray you that please make my situation in such a way and give me facility, or you are already giving, but give me strength so that I can use that facility, so that I can eat prasadam in the near future. So we can pray like that to Lord. So in this way, that prasad will purify us. So that prasadam helps a lot in spiritual life. And at the same time, we are doing yajna, Harinam Sankirtan, and we are reading scriptures. That's it. If one continuously takes these things, then spiritually he'll see in few years, he'll be so much elevated. And he'll be so much devoted to Lord. It happens like this. Prasadam has such a potency. I'll just tell you one anecdote. In Croatia, Europe, our devotees, they were doing Harinam. In ISKCON, they do Harinam. They go on road and chant, So in Croatia, all our devotees, they were doing Harinam. So every day they will come in Europe. So one of our devotees was saying in one lecture that every day the devotees will come and one person is sitting there. He has a shop and he'll sell all kinds of nonsense in the shop. And when he will see the devotees coming and doing Harinam, he'll shout at them and abuse them. Every day he'll do the same thing. And every day devotees will come and they'll pass by and he'll speak like that. And devotees will ignore him. Just ignore him. But devotees will go and give him, they have some packets of prasadam. Devotees, they carry. So they'll just give him one ball. Like that will be some laddu. So that he will just give it to him. You can take this. And he will take that. But still he will abuse. Every day will take the laddu and every day he will abuse. Then what happened after some time, the devotees, like this, they had a center there in Croatia, and they changed the place because they were getting a better place. So they changed the place. They went into next place. So they were doing Harinam continuously. Every 2 days, 3 days, they'll take out Harinam. But now their path changed. They were not going through that path now. So one day, after long, few months, 5, 6 months, the devotees, they passed through that path. And they went, this person is asking, where you all went? Why you are not coming every day? Where you have gone now? He's shouting like this. And where is that laddu? Where is that bullet you used to give me? And they gave him again. And he was like, you should have come this side. And now he changed. Now he's not abusing. And after some time, one of our devotee met him later. When he saw that he's initiated. He has taken initiation in ISKCON, and he's practicing devotional service and chanting 60 rounds, and he's reading Prabhupada's books, and he's reading Bhagavad Gita, and he's preaching to his customers who was coming in his shop. He's preaching to them that he should read Bhagavad Gita, he should chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. He's preaching like that. What affected him? Prasad. He was just abusing devotees, but still they were just giving him prasad. And this prasad, the food, which is the jutha, remnants, it is contaminated by Lord. No? So if somebody has a disease that he has a contaminating disease, and if you take his jutha, he has taken food, and if you eat that, what will happen to you? You may also get that disease, right? Similarly, Lord has all the qualities. And he is God. And if you take his jutha, if you take the remnants of him, what will happen to us? What will happen? We'll get purified. And the qualities which is there in Krishna, that will come in us. And we will also become Krishna conscious automatically. So we should be very careful in our life not to continue for a long time to take sin, but we should take prasad. We should always offer things to Krishna and take it and live a very sanctified life according to Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna says. Okay, so it's not that vegetarian food will not give you strength. Elephant, rhinoceros, hippopotamus, they're vegetarian and they have superhuman strength. So how you will not get? You can also get. Arjun, he was a vegetarian. He fought such a big war of Mahabharata. So it gives a lot of strength. And nowadays, if you do research, and all the many sprinters, racers, they used to take meat before, thinking that this builds up our body. But nowadays they know that no, vegetarian diet is helping us more strength. But still, if you become a vegetarian, then Pisan is also a vegetarian. It will not help. What we are teaching is become Krishnatarian. You have to become Krishnatarian. Offer it to Krishna and then take it. That is prasad, and that is what we should opt for. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions, please? For that, very nice option is there that devotees who are staying in hostel, they can shift here. We have the staying facility also. They can shift, stay, and take prasad and go to college. Those who are staying alone, householders, they can order tiffin from here. We can provide them prasad. Not for earning money, but just to help you so that you are taking prasad. No question? Everything is clear? So they are Many people you see go to Punjab, you will see the farmers, they do two kinds of farming. One small land, they will produce for themselves, their family, without pesticides and insecticides. They'll not put in that. Just gobar, cow urine, they'll mix and put there, and that they will eat for their family. But for outside, they'll produce and full pesticides and put everything there, and then they will produce. So many farmers they do like this, and many big people, those who have money, they have their farmlands, and they know these things, and they don't opt for inorganic things. They opt for organic things, and they keep farmers in their farmland and they produce their own. But general mass people, they have to suffer for this, just for the greed of some people who are sitting up. And we are also greedy in one sense. That's why we have such demands, and those demands are being fulfilled. So they make their arrangement. So even if we solve such thing, even if we make it organic, then also after that will take birth. So what we are eating, that is also inorganic here. But we are cooking it nicely and offering it to Lord and praying to Lord. There is nothing. What can we do? There is nothing else. Organic things are there. It is too costly. We can't take it. Now we don't have so much money. So whatever we have, at least we are taking, offering it to Lord, and then we are taking it. So this gives you the permanent solution from the cycle of birth and death. It helps you to go spiritually, uplift you spiritually. This is the permanent solution. Understanding? Any other question? I didn't get the last bit. Karma purifier. Yeah. So once Prabhupada was sitting and he was giving lecture in West, and a person came, and he'll come and he'll sit at the back chair, and Prabhupada will see that he's coming and he's sitting and he is hearing, and he'll go. Then Prabhupada one day told him, when you come, you should offer obeisances to Guru and Lord. They said, but I don't feel, means offer pranam to Guru and Lord. He said, I don't feel from inside to do it. Then Prabhupada said, first do it, then it will come. First practice it, then it will come. So sometimes we understand that feeling is not there, that love is not there towards Krishna. Should I offer or not? So first I'll generate that love, then I'll offer. No. Whatever is the situation, start offering. First thing. Now, initially the mentality is like that whatever we like, we cook and offer it to Lord. Slowly, by practicing like this, when Lord sees that he is cooking and giving it to me, and if he is sincere from the heart, slowly transformation happens. And then he'll cook the similar things. But now his consciousness is, I should cook it very, very nicely for Lord. I should cook it very nicely and offer it to Lord. That is the mentality. So slowly that will come up. So initially when we are cooking what I like and offer it to Lord, that is called little karma yoga. What I like, I want to offer that to Krishna. But when this will be transferred to the consciousness that what Krishna likes, and we cook that and give that to him, that is bhakti yoga. That is the love that will be generated slowly. That will come. So we should keep continuing our process. Any other question?
Should we keep the food according to the material nature we have? Like suppose there is a military person and there is a student. So the difference in food in both the courses is different.
It should be according to nature. Summertime, we should eat summer things. Winter time, winter things. And somebody has to build a lot of strength. So for that, protein diets are there, dates are there, nuts are there, that they'll eat more. For the person who doesn't have to, he has to whole day work on computer. So he should take diet accordingly. Because he'll put more energy inside and he's not taking it out. That will hamper his body. So this is all Ayurvedic thing and how the diet should be planned in the whole day. So that should be according to his work. A person who is going to field to labor there on the field. So he will take a lot of diet. He'll take a lot of diet and then he'll go to the field. Correct? Clear? So can you tell just few points from the lecture? From the beginning, those who attended. We should offer food to Krishna. If we don't offer them, that is whatever we are eating. And Krishna tells what he wants to eat. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toya. No meat. If somebody is eating meat, then what he is? What he is? Moving crematory. Wherever he goes, he'll make that place inauspicious. So, okay, and junk foods, processed foods. Very careful. Don't touch that. You'll waste your money there. You give the money to us, we'll give you nice food. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So, we will have a small kirtan. Our students, they have exam. First year's exam tomorrow. How many? You have, Abhinav has, Sir has,